channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith, career development, personal development, lifestyle, the works. Anything and everything that is relevant for us to navigate our young adult lives. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button better turn gray. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into today's video. So we're back again with another sit down. We're doing a lot of sit downs this year, or at the beginning of this year, and I think it's because I had a lot of time to reflect at the end of 2024 about where I want to take so many aspects of my life, whether it be my YouTube, my career, my relationships, my friendships, all of that stuff. And that is why I am honing in so much on imparting the knowledge that I have with you guys. And today's video is one that is extremely close to my heart, because if you guys have been following this channel for a while, you would know that exactly a year ago, maybe just a bit more than a year ago, I pivoted my career from management consulting into banking. I am now a senior product manager within one of the big four banks, and I was previously at one of the big four management consulting firms as a senior associate, which is basically one of the senior consultants, right? And it was a very daunting task for me because nobody wants to change careers, or even if you want to, it's a scary and a very daunting thought. So whether you're feeling stuck in your career, whether you are thinking of making a career change, whether you're feeling very unfulfilled, whether you are already within the interview phase and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so close to the finish line to pivoting into the next phase of my career, this video is for you. So if this topic is of interest to you, continue watching. If it's not of interest to you, at some point it's going to be, so continue watching anyway. And with that, let's get into the first thing that I want to share with you when it comes to navigating a career change or a career pivot. The first step that I would recommend is self-reflection. Before Googling the jobs, before Googling the new posts that might be out there, even if they are in line with your skills, you need to do some self-introspection. What are your values? What is important to you in a job? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What is your developmental plan? Where do you want to see yourself growing? Before you even say apply for anything, these are the questions that you need to be able to answer. Where do you see yourself going? What is important to you? What do you find value in? What are your morals? What kind of company do you want to work for? Because you can't just go for any company that is out there. There are so many different companies out there that might have posts that you might find interesting. But if you don't know yourself and aren't true to yourself, you'll find yourself in an organization that is not aligned with your morals, that is not aligned with your values. And you won't know that if you do not do some self-reflection. So that is the first thing that I find very important. What is most important to you? What do you find fulfilling? When you wake up in the morning and say you're going to work, what do you want to go to bed feeling like? What did I do today that is giving me the sense of fulfillment, that is giving me the sense of value, that is giving me the sense of importance? So self-reflect, sit down with yourself before you even open your LinkedIn, your Indeeds, your Pnets, any of it, any other job website. Before that, what is important to you? The second step that I would then focus on after self-reflection is exploring your opportunities. Now that you know what you want, now that you know what you find interesting, what you want to learn and so forth, now it's time to go to the internet, go to LinkedIn, go to company websites to find out what different opportunities are out there within the industries that you want to go into, that you find of interest, that you want to grow and learn in. Only after self-reflection can you do this. So this is the time for you to explore the opportunities that are out there, the opportunities that are available, the jobs that might be of interest to you or that are closely aligned to that self-reflection audit that you did, to say you want to learn how to speak, you want to learn how the payments industry works, you want to learn how the mining industry works, how product management works, how software development works. Okay, now that you know what you want to learn, let's explore. Go onto career websites, go onto company websites, go onto LinkedIn, go onto, right now we live in a world where ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot are at our fingertips, and you're able to use those platforms to help you explore the opportunities that will help you get closer to where you want to go with your career pivot. It is a very daunting task, like I said, and you might find yourself in a bit of a rat race when it comes to doing all this research. It can be very overwhelming. It was overwhelming for myself as well. And if I didn't take the time to figure out where I want to go and how to get there and what opportunities are out there, in as much as what I started in the bank is not what I'm doing right now, I think God orchestrated my career journey within the bank very well, because yeah, I'm learning more currently within the role that I find myself in, as opposed to where I was when I was initially hired. But point is, with God at the center of all of that, he still used the desires of my heart as a base, because they were according to his will, as a base to say, this is where my child wants to go, this is where she wants to find herself, and now let me open those doors of opportunity for her. So explore the different opportunities that you have. Sorry, that got a bit too churchy very quickly, but explore the different opportunities that you have, and you can only explore those via your LinkedIn, via your career websites, via your company websites, and use the platforms that you have, AI at your fingertips. Use those to help you make your research journey a bit easier, because it can be daunting. Like I said, you don't even know where to start when it comes to exploring the different opportunities out there. And AI and machine learning has helped us be able to make that a bit of an easier task. More things to consider when it comes to exploring the different options within your desired fields that you want to tap into is considering the transferable skills that you have learned within your previous jobs, your current job and the previous jobs that you've worked before. And look at what you can tap into with the skills that you have at hand. The previous one of the previous videos that I spoke about transferable skills. I spoke about technical and soft skills that you can use in order for you to grow and advance your career. I'll link that video down below. But even now, use those transferable skills as a way to say, okay, with the skills that I've learned, how can I pivot and how can I use these within a different industry? And if you're too scared to jump in face first, then maybe consider the route of volunteering, right? Throw yourself into the deep end and get out of your comfort zone. So volunteer maybe on weekends within a company that you might consider, or within a company that focuses on the skills that you want to learn. Maybe start a side hustle and focus on the skills that that side hustle will then teach you. Maybe tap into some of the online learning platforms that will help you then prepare yourself for the career pivot as well. So those are things to consider when exploring the different options and the different opportunities that are currently out there for you when you are preparing for a career pivot. The third thing that I would focus on when navigating a career pivot is networking. I speak about networking and upskilling a lot on this channel. I probably sound like a broken record, but they are pivotal, especially as young professionals. So networking is so crucial crucial when it comes to any career transition. Whether you're transitioning into a new job within the same industry that you find yourself in, or you're doing a complete 180 into something completely different, networks are important. And with this, I spoke about this a lot within one of the previous videos as well. Attend those online courses, online conferences, attend the in-person conferences, master classes, expos, whatever the case is, and work on building genuine connections, not just filling up your contact list with contacts that you might know. The biggest mistake I made, especially as a young professional, is, hey, I want to introduce myself to you. Can we have a cup of coffee? Okay, we speak, cool. I take your number, and then you never hear from me again. And then it's awkward because 3 years later, when I want to actually go into something different, or pivot into something different, it's like, dude, we haven't spoken in like 5 months. You spoke to me and that was it. You took my number, and that was it. So focus on building those genuine connections. I'm not saying make a whole lot of friends. Personally, I'm not a friend person. I'm a very reserved, very introverted person. I like very small circles. But knowing that you have that person that you can, hey, I thought I should just check in. I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the silence. It's been quite a busy last quarter. Do you want to grab coffee in the new year, for example? Or do you want to grab coffee within quarter 2? I will be a bit more free and a bit more flexible during that time, just so we can catch up and, touch base on where we're at in life, and, and all of those can then be foundations for opportunities to stem from. When you say, hey, this is where I'm at, this is what I've been busy with, this is what has kept me busy and why I've been so quiet, and they're like, oh, actually, I've been doing A, B, and C. Do you want to tap into, you get what I'm saying? So building your network, guys, I say this all the time on this channel. You can be so good at your job. You can be the most smartest person in your role. You can be the most smartest person within your team who is good at their job. But if you want to see your career grow, networking is the only thing that will get you there, above and beyond the technical skills and the soft skills that you've developed within your career. Networking, relationship building, genuine relationship building is the secret sauce when it comes to advancing your career, but also when it comes to pivoting your career into something new. Because you might be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, I see you're in banking. Can we have a chat? I'm looking to explore new opportunities. Or perhaps when you're preparing for interviews and you know people who are in similar roles to where you want to go, or in similar companies to where you want to go, you're able to pick up the phone, you're able to reach out to them on LinkedIn, you're able to send them an email and say, hey, can we have a quick coffee chat, a quick online conversation about the role that I've applied for. I have an interview next week. Do you perhaps have questions that can guide me to prepare? And even if the person doesn't have time for an actual call, they can send you collateral that you can then use as a base for your preparation for those interviews and so forth. So networking is extremely important. And also, when you leave a job, don't delete those people's numbers, even if you don't see yourself in a job like that anytime soon. But they might know people. Or at some point you might say, hey, I've learned enough in this area of my career, and I learned, the skills that I wanted to learn. Maybe let's go back and explore other opportunities within the field that you left, And that's why I said this in one of my previous videos when I was speaking about my career pivot, that I don't know if my time at or in management consulting is over. For now, yes, it is. And I'm really, really enjoying the banking space and the product management space. But I don't want to close that door. And because of that, I still have contacts within that space. I don't want to close that door forever, because I learned a lot there. I grew a lot there. I wouldn't be a senior product manager. Guys, all the other senior product managers in my team are quarter to 50, if not over 50. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be a senior product manager had I not had a background in consulting, because consulting had taught me how to think. It taught me how to apply myself. It taught me how to apply, theoretical knowledge into projects. It taught me how to work in teams. It taught me how to work with different projects, different initiatives, and so forth. And by that, within 8 months in my senior strategy analyst role in the bank, they were able to see that, hey, she can actually do more. Also, because I was volunteering to do more anyway, so that was another thing. So always be continuously ambitious. Always raise your hand for something, even if you don't know what you're doing. Raise your hand, show that proactiveness, take initiative, so that you're able to be like, hey, that girl is that girl, and I was able to prove myself and get the title that I got. And yes, I might not be the best product manager in the world, but I'm working and training myself up to be one of the really good ones who is good at their job. I digressed completely. We were speaking about relationship building and networking. I'm so sorry. The next thing that you need to focus on is updating your resume as well as building your brand. So for me, one thing that helped me when it came to pivoting my career was the fact that it was already stuff that I focused on my channel as well. So when they do online research about who Rorisang is, things like my blog pop up, things like my YouTube channel pop up, things like my Instagram pop up, and they're able to see that, hey, okay, there's something about this girl, So make sure your brand is aligned. What you're posting online is aligned to where you want to go. The red cup pictures on top of tables, guys, please, please work on your LinkedIn, clean up your LinkedIn, engage on LinkedIn, on especially within topics or on topics posts that are aligned with where you want to take your career. Update your CV, not just from a content point of view, but a look and feel point of view. Where are you in your life right now? If you've got more experience, your straight out of varsity CV will not look like your 5 years experience worth of work CV. So update your CV accordingly. And also, in line with this, when you are applying for jobs, personalize or edit your CV in line with what that specific job is looking for. If they specify specific skills on their job spec, make sure that you are able to highlight some of those skills within your resume as well. Things like that are extremely important. A resume is not a one size fits all for all your job applications. A resume is just a base that you then edit according to the job that you are applying for. You cannot, it's not a one size fits all. Really, it's not. It is not a one size fits all. And I see a lot of young professionals making that mistake because they just use the same CV for everything. They apply for 10 different jobs in 10 different companies with the same CV. Please make it make sense. That one says they want maybe stakeholder management, project management, and whatever. And your CV says nothing about that. And then you say, why is your company rejecting me? Of course, they're going to reject you. You're not highlighting the skills that the job spec wanted. I mean, you know. So edit your CV or edit your resume in line with the job spec that is given to you when you are applying for a specific job. Your resume is not a one size fits all. You cannot use the same resume for each and every single job. And in line with that, your brand needs to be aligned. What are you posting on LinkedIn? What are you posting on Instagram? What are you posting if you have a blog on WordPress or whatever? What are you posting on your Twitter? What are you posting on TikTok? Your brand needs to align with the company that you want to work for. When a company does their background checks on you, they want to find things that are aligned with their company values, their company morals. And if you are posting things that are in the complete opposite direction, they don't want to associate with you. If you are posting things that are not, for example, if it's a company that is focused on integrity, And you are then in the newspaper about lying about A, B, and C, or defrauding your previous company. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you, do you get it? Okay, I've spoken about this point for way too long. Let's get into the next point that will help you, or the next step rather, that will help you navigate your career pivot. So, in closing, remember that a career pivot is a process, it's a journey, a difficult journey. I think I only started finding my feet within my new field a good 10 months into the job. So, basically, a year. It took me a while. It took me a while to find my feet. Navigating a new industry, navigating a new job, navigating a new company is difficult. Navigating a career pivot is not an easy journey. So don't give up on yourself too soon. Don't ask yourself, or don't find yourself in the position I found myself in. I was asking God, God, did I make the right decision? God, maybe I should have stayed at that other company for another year. God, maybe I should have done A, B, and C, but it was the right time to move, and trust that God will open the right door at the right time. So embrace that process. Take each knock on the chin, stand up, dust yourself off, and continue moving. But at the end of the day, be eager to learn. Show your interviewers that you are eager to learn. Get in there, prove yourself. And like I said at the beginning of this video, no, I said it in a previous video, not in this video, but get things done so that you have something to write on your resume, so that you can build rapport not just inside your business or your current business that you're working at, but outside as well. So that when you update your brand, when you update your resume, they can say, there's something about that guy, there's something about that girl. They know what they're talking about, and run with that. Get things done. Guys, get things done. Get things done. So with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with anybody and everybody in your circle. I hope it helped, especially if you find yourself in a situation where you are looking to pivot into a new industry, where you are looking to transition into a new job. I hope that this video was valuable for you. With so much love and so much light from me to you, have an incredible rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye, guys.